Today is different. Like I said, I'm going to be sharing what I am working on. And basically, it's what I have called 90 Strong. Why am I sharing my own challenge that I am doing? And why do I want you to create something for yourself? It doesn't have to be 90 days, it doesn't have to be 50 days. It's just about building consistency and staying with it, staying on track. So the past couple of days, I started a series where I went live for 30 days in June. Then I've gone live for 10 days in July. This is day 10. Now, to move forward with this, I'm working on a project where I want to work on building certain habits that I believe that I need and improving myself in certain areas. And I want you to join me on this journey. It's not something that I'll be going through alone. So, why am I working on habits? Why do I think we need to build habits? What's in it that is making it fantastic and something that I feel that everybody should be a part of? I don't know why the screen is glaring. Let me see if I can remove that glare. Okay. No, I can't. All right, we're going to continue. So just let me know how the audio is on other platforms. On Instagram, there seems to be a glare. I don't know how to get rid of it, so I apologize for that. All right, let's go back to the other platform. So the aim is this. What happens when you focus on yourself and do introspection for 1 month and work on setting goals for the remaining months? What happens to you? I heard of this challenge called 75 Hard, where you go deep down and work on areas of your life for 75 days. But I felt that it was more geared towards fitness. I liked the idea of the challenge, but it was geared towards fitness. It was geared towards daily checks in, daily check-ins, accountability, ensuring that you do what you say you will do, and you're getting prompts when you don't. So I decided to come up with my own challenge and my own way of looking at my life and focusing on a couple of things for 90 days. Why 90 days? And why am I starting tomorrow, August 1st? So it's not something I'm going to start saying, oh, I will take time, create a sign up page, which I did. And if anybody wants to join, that's not a problem. But I want you to come up with the areas of your life that you want to be more intentional about. So, my question for you is this: what areas of your life are you unhappy with that are within your control? Is it your body? Is it your mindset? Are there skills? Are there certain things that you want to learn? Why don't you write these things out? So you're going to take pen to paper. You don't have to use Canva like I am doing. I am thinking on paper, so I'm doing quite a lot of, or on Canva, I'm doing quite a lot of brain dumps, creating pages, seeing the things that I want to reflect on for week one. I've also chosen the books that I want to work on or improve myself or not study. So this is the plan. You pick up certain things and you work with them. Week one, you pick up decide the skills, decide what you want to do, kind of do your own audit of your life. Why are you doing a life audit? Because the only way to know where you're going is by looking at your past, looking at the past data and then moving forward. So rather than just jumping into the challenge, I am doing 90 strong with specific things that I'll be doing daily, but there are things that I'll be doing weekly about the books I'm reading and a couple of other things that I will share with you as time goes. Now, like I said, think about your own life. I am doing this based on mine. Are there areas that you want to improve? Are there things that you want to focus on? I'm doing mine for 90 days. You don't need to do yours for 90 days. And I can see that this isn't going to work on Instagram. So I'm just going to change the color and help people out so that it's is all black and white. Fantastic. So you choose your focus. That's the first thing. What do you want to focus on for 90 days? You choose your focus. When you've chosen your focus, you now decide your timeline, what you want to do. For me, I've decided my reading list. These are the books that I want to read for 90 days. And I'm going to choose books based on different areas. One is self-development and mindset. So I'm picking the artist way and I'm studying it again for 12 weeks. So you can choose the books. So if you're like, I want to improve my reading skills, I want to improve my writing, I want to improve my graphics, you're not just going to say these are the things you want to improve and not have an action plan. So basically, it's having an action plan for your growth and then sticking to the action plan for the specific period. So rather than just jumping into a fitness challenge that says read 10 books, how are you going to choose the 10 pages of the book you are going to read? It's all dependent on where you are currently and where you want to go. So that's basically what it's about. And for me, it's an opportunity for me to actually do a little bit of introspection because I've been doing this for a while now. And I want to take a break from it and then do something else that will help me focus more. So for podcast lists, podcasts that I want to listen to, videos that I want to listen to, and things I want to focus on when I am growing. For skills, what are the skills that you want to learn over the next 90 days? You write them down. I have not written all the skills down, but what I have done is I've created pages for this, and I want you to just take notes and create your own pages. While I'm talking about the notes you should take, why are we talking about improvements, changes, and all these things right now? Why can't we be the way we are? Because if we don't look at the skills we want to learn, we keep complaining about the things that we are not good at, the things we wish we had, and then we're not going to take action. But this is about taking action and taking action consistently. This is my plan. I do 2 hours focused work every day, AM and PM, 2 hours focused work, no distraction, deep work. 2 hours, and those 2 hours are focused on things that have to do with my productivity coaching career, nothing else. So 4 hours every day I am dedicating to that. I'm either learning, writing, or reading. 4 hours out of 24 hours is reasonable enough for me to focus on me and focus on what I want to learn. Yours could be 30 minutes. When it comes to these things, when you're deciding the skill you want to focus on for the next 90 days, yours could be dedicating 30 minutes to the skills. But what I want you to do today is, are there skills that you've always wanted to learn that would improve, let's just say, that will make you change the way you get things done? There is high time you write it and come up with a plan. So what I've done is I've written my skills and then I'm coming up with a plan of how I want to learn and how I want to improve in these skills. Why am I doing this now? Because there's no time like the present. Think about the skills that you want to learn. I have picked copywriting, marketing, networking. Those are 3 skills that I know that I want to improve. Are there skills you want to improve? Then write it down. How do you want to improve? What are your learning goals? So with me, for my learning goals, I know that there are YouTube videos that I can watch. I know that there are courses that I have bought in the past. I know there are books that I can read. I will come up with a list of these things in advance. So I'm not choosing books because they are popular or everybody is reading it. But I'm reading a book like Traction, not just because it was recommended, but because I have seen other books by the author that have improved the way I see my business and see my practice. That's what I want you to think about. What books do you want to read this period? For me, it's 90 days. It can be 10 days. But I don't want to create a challenge that will force you to do the things that I am doing. So as I mentioned earlier, my own areas of focus may be different from yours. I am focusing on a couple of things. So I have my reading list, my podcast list, and I have my timeline. So I'm doing a life audit. I'm trying to master my morning routine. I'm looking at fitness, deep work, recording podcast again. I want to go 4 live sessions. I'm looking at eating, that's nutrition, sleeping, journaling, reading, learning. These are the areas that I want to look at. And if we go deeper into the document, you're going to see a couple of other things that I will be doing this period. And the objective is simple. Let me end the Instagram. The objective is simple: to improve. So when it comes to the goals that I have set only a couple of goals for myself. And when it comes to the problems that I want to do a deep dive on, I would have this worksheet that helps me do a deep dive. And it's a worksheet that you can take on. If you're not sure the skill you want to improve, something like this would help. What's the problem that you want to fix? What's the problem? What result or outcome do you wish for when solving this problem? And it just helps you do a deep dive until you get to the bottom of it and reach your final destination. What are you going to do and when will you do it? So it's not just about us saying that we have an issue, there's an area you want to improve, but for us to actually go deep down and learn and evaluate and make the changes that we want to change. And I have got a couple of sessions, but this is the part I wanted to talk about. So for my goals, How is it going to impact my family and friend, my career, my finance, my hobbies, my health, and my lifestyle? And I'm setting goals in all these six areas that I'm going to be working on. So when it comes to relationships, family, and friends, that's important. How are you taking all these things into consideration? And what happens when you take all this into the consideration for the next 90 days? What changes can you make, or what changes will you make? So for me, these are the areas that I am working on. I haven't filled this yet, and I've got another one that I'm going to show you. Now, let's not just talk about solving problems only. Let's think about the things that we want to start doing. Now, when it comes to be the person that you want to be, the person that you've dreamed about, the person that you've been picturing for the past 60 days, what are the things that you need to stop doing? What are the things you need to do less of? What are the things you need to keep doing? What are the things that you need to do more of? And what are the things that you need to start doing? Why are you writing these things out? Why are you taking time to answer these questions? Because in order for you to thrive, one reason we may not be achieving our goals is because we are setting habits and traits and characters that we have that are preventing us from learning, preventing us from growing. And we don't realize that the only thing that is standing between us and our goals is us. So we're looking at stop doing. I want you to write, you can share. What do you want to stop doing? What do you want to do less of? What do you want to keep doing? What do you want to do more of? What do you want to start doing? I want to start fitness. I want to start exercising. So I've chosen a couple of YouTube videos that I'll be playing and I will be using them. So I've created my playlist. What do I want to do more of? I want to do more of deep work. That's something that I want to do. So I want to do 2 hours deep work in the morning, 2 hours deep work in the evening. That's my deep work for the day where I'm focused on me. What do I want to keep doing? I want to keep hosting my live sessions and recording podcasts. What do I want to do less of? What do I want to do more of? Thinking about the person you want to become, you need to answer these questions. If you're still listening, just let me say, just say one thing you want to stop doing, one thing you want to do less of, one thing you want to start doing, and one thing you want to do more of. That would help you greatly. You can write in the comments or you can decide to keep it by yourself. All right. So, what else do we am I working on apart from this? I think I've given you a couple of minutes to look at this. Now, this is a part that I think that I really want, and if anybody wants access to this self-care assessment, then you can ask me and I'll give you access to it. But it is okay, discard. But it's an opportunity for you to reflect. So why will I say that? So you look at your self-care, you can say, oh, I do this, I participate in enjoyable activities. Do you really do this? Think about your psychological self-care, your emotional state of mind, your spiritual self-care, your relationships, workplace and professional life, and some other areas that I am looking at improving on. Because when it comes to self care, maybe I've started slacking in that area. Then I'm going to write the self care activities I want to engage in, and I'm going to keep track. So this is something that I am doing. Then what are the negative thoughts that you are having that are preventing you from functioning the way you should function? What are the negative thoughts in mind that are making you unable to work the way you want to work? It may be something that you may need to address. It may be something that you may not need to address, but it's something you need to know. Sometimes our emotions, our thoughts, doubt, and fear cause triggers that prevent us from functioning the way we should. And you need to understand what these triggers are. You need to know how this thought makes you feel. We need to look at the evidence to suggest that this thought is true, and we need to understand every single thing that will make us know that this thought is false. Why am I doing this? Sorry, I forgot to switch off notifications on my laptop, so the messages are just distracting me. Why am I suggesting we do this? I'm suggesting we do this because in order for us to function completely, we need to be our true selves. We need to have self compassion. So, this worksheet also helps you talk about situations that you faced and what you want to do about them. I'm just walking you through what I plan to do for the first 30 days. So, this is my plan. You can come up with yours, the areas that you want to work on. Because, yes, I need to be more compassionate with myself, but that's why I have chosen this. And when it comes to mindset makeover, remember, when we talked about the things that you should be doing, we talked about the fact that They are negative. We should have positive affirmations, but there was something we did not mention. Sometimes we have negative thoughts or beliefs that we need to balance out with positive affirmations. So what you do in this mindset makeover is think about the negative thoughts and believe, oh, I can never, oh, I'm not a creative person. Is there a contradictory positive affirmation, scripture, or something that you can hold on to that will make you realize the kind of person you are, that will make you understand how creative you are, make you speak it about yourself? Oh, I can never, I'm not good with money. Are there affirmations or scriptures that can help you change the way you see yourself? Sometimes the negative thoughts and beliefs we have about ourselves prevent us from functioning. And we keep saying these things, but when are we going to take time to write them? So I'm rewriting most of mine and revisiting mine. So I said I will take you on the journey with me, and that will be on TikTok most likely. My sleep hygiene, this is something that I really want to work on. So I'm going to be documenting that also. And what are where I want to set boundaries, identify any fears or concern, boundaries I want to set, and things like that. Mindset makeover, we've talked about this. Gratitude. Rachel always talks about practicing gratitude, and we're going to practice gratitude in our own little way. We're going to look at areas we want to practice gratitude in our lives, activities and interests, and then write this down. Why are we doing this, or why am I doing this, and why am I inviting you to come with me on this journey? Because it's enough for me to tell you the theory for the past how many days, but I want to show you how actually these things are done and what happens when you focus for 90 days on yourself, on your goals, on your task, and you are dedicating time to personal growth and personal development. So you're not really shutting yourself out of the world, but you are actually spending quality time and planning these reading sessions. Remember, I talked about the skills, I talked about the books I want to listen to, I talked about the podcast I am also listening to. I've also talked about the videos that I will watch, my fitness videos. So I'm putting everything in perspective in advance, so that when I want to do these things, when I say, okay, I'm dedicating 4 hours to something, it's not that period I start thinking, okay, what do I want to do? I was telling somebody today that doesn't have a laptop but shares a laptop with her sister. And my advice was this: I said, you won't wait till the laptop gets to your hand to start planning what you want to do. You want to take pen and paper and start working out what you want to do. So when you get the laptop, even if you're doing research or you're doing anything, you are spending limited time on your system and more time doing the work. So even if it's 1 hour you have, that 1 hour will be used productively. That's how we have to think about time. That's how we have to think about the things that we want to do. So why are we planning in advance? So we can succeed. We've talked about your values, but how many of us have actually sat down to think about our core values and what these values mean to us? So when we're narrowing down core values, I will show you how to come up with your own 4 core values, and then the 3 month vision for your life, which we're going to make 6 months, for your career, your personal life, your health and relationship, finances and education. So these are the 6 areas that we are setting goals on. And we're not just setting goals and setting goals that are unrealistic, but we're setting goals based on the interest we've developed over time. So that's why we didn't start with this. We started with doing the mindset part, the audit part before going into goals. And the reason is simply this. Hi, Bolu. Thank you, Bolu. I'll call you after this. The reason is simply this: we need to break things down for ourselves and take action. I'll just explain why I'm doing 19 strong. As someone that is, I call myself an accidental entrepreneur. There are certain things I have to let go of. I started what I'm doing as a charity, as an hobby. Translating it into business could prove difficult, if not almost impossible, because I always try and look for ways to do these things for people. So now what I want to do for these 90 days is actually now set up the business part of it, set it up in a way that it is set up to win. So it's no longer child's play. It's no longer doing things for free, for discounts, or for anything. But I'm building that personal brand as a productivity coach, and I'm being intentional about it. And 90 Days Strong is my own response to myself. What am I doing? What happens if I focus for 90 days? So The former me would have been trying to make a plan, an elaborate plan, so that people can join. And I'm opening it up to anybody. Like I said, the live sessions are there for free. You don't need to join 90 Strong. But 90 Strong is me saying that I want to make a change. I don't want to just give you the theory and then we are not getting the practical aspects of how this will do. So I'll be tracking my mood daily. I'll be doing a lot of tracking. I'll be tracking certain habits. There are certain habits that I want to imbibe. So this is my habits tracker page. I'll be tracking these habits daily. So let's just say there are 4 key habits I want to work on: fitness, eating healthy, sleep. Because when you are creative and you are doing business, sleep is important, fitness is important, health is important, but we neglect these things. I sit down for too long when I'm working. So, what are the habits that I want to break? I will be breaking this habit and I'll be sharing my journey with you. I'm not going to be making it seem like it's rocket science, because sometimes when people talk to us about being productive, being the best version of ourselves, we think it's rocket science. We think that it's something that is difficult to do. The simplest things are the most difficult to do, are not the easiest to do, but they are worth doing. So, will there be errors? Yes, we'll give margin for errors. But one thing I'm saying to everybody that decides to join the challenge is we're going to do it. I'm going to give myself daily accountability. I'm going to ensure that I do what I said I will do. Our motto is keep your commitment to your commitment. So, if you want to call it 90-day commitment, that's up to you. But we want a situation where people are actually doing things and tracking things, tracking. So when you're creating your self-care plan, any plan you're creating for yourself, you're creating it for yourself. You're going to say when you will do this, where you will do this, how often you will do this. You're not going to leave things to be vague. Like I said, I want to take breaks, take regular breaks throughout the day. I want to take my naps. I want to be more mindful. All these things, I have started writing them down and keeping things together based on what I want to do. I'm not someone that wants to, I don't see travel in my um this thing this year, but somebody else may see their life this way. This may be the areas they want to set goals: career, family, recreation, spiritual, travel, friends, education, financial, romance, health. It's up to you. So you can look at the 6 first, or you can look at these ones that are here also. But what is most important is that you give yourself the opportunity to win. I like this healthy platter that I am also going to practice. It says sleep time, focus time. So when I'm focusing completely. When I'm playing, I'm playing. When I'm focusing, I'm focusing. When I'm connecting, I'm connecting. When I'm exercising, I'm exercising. Sometimes we are walking, talking on the phone, and we're not getting the results we want to get. How many of you can beat your chest and say you've truly, truly given 100% to actually find your purpose? How many of us know that we're working in our purpose? If that's something that you want to work, if for these 90 days your own is, I want to find out my purpose on earth, then this is something that you can do also. But in my own opinion, it's just an amazing opportunity for us to do certain things. Like I said, for me, it's journaling, fitness, um, having my morning routine and doing them consistently. Now that I have changed my morning routine to include several things and take out certain things, so I'm not too hard on myself, eating healthy, all these little, little things that we're going to do. So the first week or the first month for the 90 days is our run, is our dry run, is our time to do rehearsals, is our time to try different things. Then the next 60 days, once we finish with that, will now be the time for us to hit the play button and start moving forward. I said, welcome to 90 Strong, my personal and transformative 90-day journey towards unleashing my true potential, because everybody's potential is there. Sometimes our potential is just hidden. And like I said, I want you to join me on this journey. It's not something I want to do alone. Now, I created like a little landing page based on it's me last minute. I just used ChatGPT to create this so that others can read about it. And if you want to join it, let me know. I will put the QR code so you can quickly join and this thing. But I'm not, this is not commitment circle. I'm not going to force you the day you don't show up. I'm not going to chase you the day you don't show up. This is me just sharing what I want to do. Simple. This is me just sharing what I want to do. But it's a transformative journey. And why did I use strong? It's not just a challenge, it's a commitment to self improvement. And that's it. Well, if you are tired of not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then sign up and sign up for yourself. Do it for yourself. Don't do it because, oh, DK always has wonderful ideas. I know I do. Do it because you want to improve your life. You are tired of the way you are living. If you are comfortable with the way things are going with you or for you, then you don't need this. But if you're someone that's saying that, you know what, I need a change, I want a transformation, I want to ensure that I am investing my time and energy in the right things. And most challenges last for 30 days. This is going to last for 90 days. But like I said, even if the first 30 days are a dry run, we're still going in fully knowing that we are going to make a commitment to our commitment and keep that commitment. Why do we make commitments to ourselves and we don't keep it? Because we don't track our progress. So within this period, I'll be sharing my own personal productivity system with you, how I am tracking. I will give my weekly reports to say these are the times I was able to do this, these are the times I wasn't able to do this. And basically, I will keep on moving forward. And I have chosen the areas I want to make commitments to. You need to make your own commitments. And it's quite simple. Take a pen and paper, write down what are the areas in my life that I am not happy with, that I know personally that I am not happy with, that I want to change. Write down these things. Are they things that I can control and change? If there are things that I can control and change, then what am I willing to do about it? If you don't like the way you write and you want to improve your copywriting, there are copywriting videos on YouTube, or there are copywriting social media influencers or courses that you can take for free. It's not always about going for paid courses and paid things in order to improve ourselves. Let's even make that this commitment. We're not going to spend money on unnecessary things, no unnecessary courses, no unnecessary. Let's pay for. Let's do the ones that we've paid for. Let's read the books that we've bought. There are so many books on my list that I want to buy, but I'm like, okay, let me finish these ones first before I go and get a new one. We spend money, time, energy accumulating information. So when it comes to information, we have information overload, but most of us have information backlog that we've not used. We know the areas of our lives we want to improve. What are you willing to do for to it? So you're going to make your own commitments, then you keep your commitments to your commitment. Like I said, this is not commitment circle. This is a personal journey that everybody that wants to participate in will take. You're taking it for yourself. You're making the commitment to yourself first, but you're just tagging me along with your journey. For me, like I said, it's my morning routine I'm starting with and fitness. Then I will add nutrition because most of these challenges they start off very strong. And when you start off that strong, sometimes you don't even have the capacity because it's overwhelming. So I don't want to overwhelm anybody. I want a situation where whatever you are doing, you are equipped to finish it. So even if you start with 5 minutes a day exercise and eventually by week 2 you increase it to 10 minutes, that's okay. Pace yourself and you will win. Incremental growth is better than going fast and then dropping. We're not doing a sprint. This 90 days strong is not a sprint. We're preparing like we're preparing for a marathon. We're preparing for a long run. We're playing for a long race. So let's prepare like that. Your mind, your body, your soul, every single thing is preparing you and packaging you to be that best version of yourself. So what are my own areas I'm working on? Fitness, nutrition, skills, and then I have my learning goals. What are the things that I want to learn? Marketing, especially, I want to learn how to market properly. Then, when it comes to visibility plan, I'm looking at my podcast and my newsletter. So, I'm going to be sending my first newsletter by Wednesday to everybody that adding to my list. And I'm doing something specific. So, I'm challenging myself to grow. And I want you to challenge yourself also, unless you're comfortable with where you are. But like I said, I called it 90 strong because I know that at the end of the day, we'll be stronger. What you regain is self-awareness, clarity, motivation, resilience, supportive community. Yes, we will support you. If you want to join, I will give you the workbook that you can use. If you want us to create a accountability group, I won't create an accountability group immediately. The reason is I want people to commit to it. So we can create an accountability group after 1 week or 2 weeks of people being there and being consistent and sharing their progress with me in the DMs. Then we'll see if we can create an accountability group. This is going to be an opportunity for you to read. If you're going to read 10 pages a day or one chapter a day, it starts with you choosing the book you want to read. And now this book is going to be linked with the skill you want to learn, or you can just read for the fun of it. But we are reading. We are reading, we are writing daily, we are writing in our journals daily. And then the 90 Days Strong is going to be, there's a book that is going to help us on this journey. And it's a 12 weeks book. It's called The Artist Way. And it's a fantastic book that looks at the creative part of most people. How, as creatives, sometimes our creative energy is blocked. That's why we are not able to really create. But why I like the book is that I've recommended it so many times. It's by Julia Cameron. And Julia has broken it into 12 weeks. So it's one chapter a week. So even if you are doing your 10 pages a day, you will be able to do it, and the exercises in it. I like it because it gives you an opportunity to not just read and go. I like books that make you read and take action immediately, because that's what I want. Please, if you are still listening, and let me know where you're listening from, please just write action. So I want books that will make us take action immediately and not just read. I don't want us to say within these 90 days we read 90 books. Maybe that's possible. But I want a situation that the books that you pick to study, not read. I've used the word study, not read. The books that you pick to study, because you'll be studying these books, underlining, taking notes, are books that will transform you. It's about your transformation, not my transformation. I've picked a book that everybody can use, and you can join me on Saturdays when I talk about that book. But it's about your transformation, not just mine, because I am working on my own transformation and I'm documenting my journey. But someone said other people may be interested. So if you're interested, let me know and I will send the link. And basically, that's it for today. That's it for today. 90 Days Strong, opportunity for us to grow. Choose the areas that you want to grow in and then dedicate your time to it. So, in addition to that, this is just a sample of the workbook that will be shared with everybody that decides to join the session. And the book is the workbook is quite simple. So I'm using the Grow Model Goal Setting work, where you define your goal, assess your current situation. So you define your goal first, what you want to achieve, assess your current situation, explore your options, and plan your way forward. Your commitment and motivation on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your level of commitment to pursuing this goal. And that's a question you have to answer. Whatever you are doing, what's your commitment to it? Are you getting committed because it's something others are doing, or is something you want to do? What do you want and why do you want it? I'll repeat my question. What do you want from your life and why do you want it? You have to answer this question. No one can answer this question for you. If you don't know what you want and why you want it, then where are you going? So, although, yes, I want to take everybody on the journey, I've realized that it's a personal decision people have to make. If you make the decision and you decide to start running, then we will work with you. And if not, if you just like, oh, coming for the sessions, we are also okay with that. Which brings us to the second thing. Our sessions resume on the 9th of August. So we're not going to have a live session till the 9th of August. And that session is going to be a bit more comprehensive and more detailed. I will break things down and give you a worksheet that you can use. But if you don't want to wait till then and you want to join me on this journey, just follow me at DK Jonah or go to my website, dkjonah.com, and you'll be able to reach out to me. But if there are no questions, Bolu, thanks for joining me, and everyone else, thank you so much. And I'll see you on the 9th. Cheers. Bye.